Hello everyone, this is a short video just looking at how the software works for the functional skills maths exams. So as you can see, we're going to look at how to draw charts and graphs. The software that we're going to cover today is exactly the same whether you're sitting a legacy functional skills exam or whether you're sitting a reform functional skills exam, and it will also work at level 1 functional skills maths but also level 2 functional skills maths. So we're going to start off with bar charts. I haven't used any specific data. I just wanted to give an example of how the software works to help you out when it comes to taking your exam. So I click bar chart. Starts off, but they put the axes in for me, which is a nice start. I then decide how many bars I need across the bottom. So let's say there was 6 bits of data, I would move that up to 6, and you can see then I've got 6 evenly shaped bars at the bottom. When deciding how far up the bars would go, we then click Edit Axis. You'll see the line that's thick, so this line here where it's the horizontal line is thick, is editing the bottom line, and the vertical axis, as you can see, the thick one that's here, is editing the sideline. So we'll start off with the bottom. You don't necessarily have to put a value in. It might be you want to put, there's a text bar, it might be you want to put different items. So if you were doing a survey on, a chart on favourite foods or favourite television show, you could maybe write them across the bottom. You can split up bars. You can see that as I'm clicking that. You can split them up into bars if you think that makes it look neater. That you can do that. You can show numbers. So again, if we wanted to have bars across the bottom like that, we could. I'd say for most of them, it's probably going to be words you can have across the bottom and maybe numbers up the side. So the value you put up the side, depending on how high your data goes, that's normally around the max value that you're going to go to. So let's say your data takes you up to 48, you'd maybe just round it up to 50, and then you can decide how many, sorry, it's this one, how many divides you have. You can show the numbers if you think. I think that makes it look quite smart. What I'd probably say is just to make sure that the numbers are neat numbers. So what I mean by that is here you can see we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It looks quite smart. If we were to split it into 6, you can see it doesn't look neat. So I'd always try and get a divide that makes it look quite smart. And that's really it. I mean, it might be our data goes up to 100 and we want to have 10 bars. You can put in smaller dividers if you want. I probably wouldn't overcomplicate it. In terms of getting the full marks for the question, something like that would be deemed as acceptable. You can change the font size. Again, it's not massively going to change how they're going to mark it, but if you think it looks a bit smarter, you could have it like that. In terms of the height of the bars, it's as simple as literally just dragging it to where the data tells you. So if my first answer was 60, I'd drag it to 60, next one to 30, next one to 90, and you're just going to basically copy the answer or the data that you've got and drag the bars up to where they need to go. In terms of getting the full marks, what they're probably going to look for, firstly, I'd say using the text tool, I'd say they're probably looking for some sort of heading. So that might be, let me just write it in here. That might be you're doing a chart on, let's say, favourite television shows. So that would go at the top. And then again, I would imagine how they'd want to know what these bars represent. So pull that down. So here you might write, let's say, I don't know, EastEnders, and you do that all the way across to show what each of these are. You can colour the bars if you want to. So you could have them all different colours just by selecting a different colour and clicking it. Again, it's not really going to affect the mark that they're going to give you. I'd say the main things they're looking out for, firstly, would be checking the data is correct and the graph reads properly. Headings are really important, so a heading at the top, and then let me just come off that. And then your headings at the bottom to show what each of the bars represent. You can, again, there's another option here to make it 3D, which makes it look sort of smart, but it's not necessarily going to make a difference to the mark they're going to give you. So I'd say to keep it as simple as you possibly can. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that needs to be in there, and I think that's really what they're looking for. Yeah. So and then obviously check your data before you submit your answer. It's not shown on here, I don't think. It's normally 4 marks or 5. Sorry, it is. It's at the top there, 5 marks. So for that 5 marks, they're looking that the data's all correct. The bars read properly. You've got your headings, and it's all sort of neat and tidy and laid out properly. If you've got any more questions about how to do bar charts, if you speak to your assessor, and they'll be able to go